CODGHA as an organization in this fourth quarter, the executive director decided to honor certain personalities, starting from both inclination towards developmental news broadcasting. So one was held for another downfall of TV3, but there are 3 personalities who were selected to receive an outstanding achievement award. And Madam Shamima Muslim happens to be one. Honorable Haruna, Iddrisu, Minister of Communications and MP for Tamale South also. And then lawyer Iddrisu, who happens to be one of the youngest lawyers ever called to the bar, also receiving this award. So we are here as an organization to present this award. But as Isaac Newton said, if you want to see far, you need to stand on the shoulders of great men. And prudent men learn from their own experience, but the wise do so from the experience of others. So as we are here, we also seize the opportunity and also interact with these honorable people, because we are very young in society, to say, but it doesn't mean our number. All those small, we acknowledge the fact that if you've ever been in a room with a mosquito, your size doesn't matter, but you can be effective no matter. So today, CODGHA is here to honor Honorable Haruna Iddrisu and Madam Shamima Muslim. So that is the purpose for coming here today. And I don't know if maybe our purpose will be granted in good faith, then the program will continue then.
Thank you very much, and I know about it, and so yeah, welcome, and we are very honored that you found us worthy to honor us this way. So you're welcome, and we are happy to be part of it.
What actually motivated you in taking up a career in journalism?
Well, it was not a very planned thing to do. It was not a career path that I decided to opt for right from the word go from school. In fact, I haven't had any formal education in journalism. But whilst at the University of Ghana, I had a passion to engage my community, and it led me to Radio Universe, where I volunteered, and that really was my first radio experience, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I did Radio Universe till the end of my course, moved on to other things, but it was really in 2008 that I felt that I still wanted to be part of the media landscape. So I started doing little media engagements. Then I had an opportunity to work with TV Africa, then Citi Fm invited me to join, and Metro TV invited me to join. So it's kind of like taking a life of its own, and I have no regrets at all. Yeah, so that's how I got into it.
I believe that you usually invite people onto your show, and sometimes maybe when you have a topic to discuss, you have your own perspective, they also have their own perspective. Don't they sometimes attack you or something?
Well, if you've been following the news, you know the last week must have been one of my most difficult weeks. So yes, once you decide to do highly political programs, there are a lot of controversies because there are passions involved, and there are implications if you are seen to have come on the show and messed up for the political fortunes of your particular party. So for political programs, the passions are always high. How you manage it helps a lot to maintain the sanity of the program. But with emotions at work, sometimes they will go overboard. So what you have to do as a host is always keep your eye on the ball. Try to manage emotions as best as you can. Sometimes they will overflow, and we are all not perfect as presenters, as hosts, and even as panelists. So it's also knowing that if you've not done the right thing, being able to apologize for it and move on. So yes, those interests are there, they exist. You just have to be aware that every political party representative has an interest, and you too, your station has an interest. So you just need to be aware of the various interests at play and play along with it and manage it along the way. It won't always be smooth, but that's part of the learning process, isn't it?
Okay, my last question. Any plans for our sisters in the north who, once you happen to be a Muslim, if you go to Abubushi, you see a lot of them carrying things, which is very heavy. So, as a role model, any plans for them?
I agree that some of us have a lot of burdens to carry, because I describe myself as a passionate woman with multiple constituencies that are challenging constituencies. The woman constituency is a challenging constituency. The northern constituency is a challenging constituency. The Muslim community is a challenging constituency. And the global constituency is a challenging constituency. So yes, in all of these constituencies, you're struggling to leave an imprint. I agree with you that there's a lot more that those of us who have got platforms that we have had and been able to project ourselves, there's a lot more that we can do, not only as a symbol of what is possible, but as an agent of change and intervention, that we really need to go beyond just the symbolism to do specific things. So in the medium to long term, I do have ideas of how I can contribute with the intervention phase and helping change lives. But now, as you know, I'm encouraged when every day I hear young people, young women call and express the desire to break away from the impossibilities and also make something of themselves, because they've seen you live what is possible. So I'm happy that in my own little way I'm unleashing a lot of energies in a lot of people to want to put in the effort, break out of the mold and do something for themselves. I think that this is the century for women. If we haven't seen it, we have to see it. You just have to look at all the things that are happening globally to know that it is the century for young people and women especially. And of course there's a lot of space for men as well. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of opportunity that women who build themselves can take advantage of. Because if we are talking about parity, if we are talking about equality, if we are talking about access, there are shortfalls. So if you prove that you are capable and able, you would be the core group of people that, you know, balances the shortfall. So there's opportunity once we are passionate, once we build capacity, and once we adopt the courage to put ourselves forward. Because if you don't put yourself forward, nobody will do it for you. So it can no longer be an excuse that women, you know, sit back because they say, oh well, I don't want to be in the public domain because there will be, you know, it's too insulting, it's too this, and you'll be exposed. Who should do it for you? And yet you grow, you raise your children, including daughters, and you wish the world for them. I don't know of any father who is raising a daughter that does not wish that the daughter would grow up to be every and anything that she wants to be in. And yet when it comes to pushing yourself forward, you call back. So if we are not tired of being tired, and that was one of American women who said it's if women are not tired of being tired of where they are, we won't propel ourselves to the next phase. So we've got to be tired that this is not our lot. We need to do more and put ourselves in to do more.
Any plans for any vision of that's still we have a problem with communication, because I was talking to somebody in Ashanti region. He has to stand somewhere, please, to like he has to get to a place for us to talk on the phone. Any plans to replace some settings or minimize some settings once you are coming forward?
Thank you very much, but I must indicate that I'm not here in my personal capacity, so my comments will be largely measured. I wouldn't want to overstrate the issue to suggest that I'm here in personal capacity. But responding to your question, clearly if you look at the communications industry, it's largely driven by the private sector. Government has very little to do what government does is simply to provide policy direction and regulation to ensure that the private sector players play to the rules and ensure that at the end of the day, the Ghanaian gets good value or very good service at the end of the day. But clearly, if you look at the nature of the landscape, I'm sure if you were listening to the midday press, I think a few days ago, the minister took the opportunity to actually educate Ghanaians about the difficulty the ministry is having. You know, in one breath, you have the members of the public complaining that cell sites or masts that are being erected have some effect on their lives, and yet people are demanding for quality of service from the telecom company. If you look at the nature of the telecom mast, experts have come out to indicate that it doesn't have any adverse health effect on the human being. But people, you know, associate some kind of health hazards to it. So to a large extent, the ministry is actually constrained because government will not want to actually do the location or siting of mass by itself because the initial cost is so huge, and if you know that at the end of the day it's not going to bring you any profit, you don't want to exactly. But there is an agency under the Ministry of Communication called GIFED, which is called Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications. They are supposed to provide cell sites in places where the telecom companies do not find it profitable to go, so that when they go to erect one cell site, the telecom companies can only be encouraged, they can't be forced to go there and erect their mast to ensure connectivity for the place. So to a large extent, the ministry's role has been in policy formulation or policy direction for the telecom companies. In places where there is no policy, you can only persuade the telecom companies to provide services to them, because at the end of the day, profit is the main driver, and if they know that where they will actually make an investment, there wouldn't be profit. I'm not sure they will want to put their resources there.
Thank you very much.
Whose style of questioning on both radio and television gets to the heart of issues and places the news in proper perspective for listeners and viewers. Pacesetter in broadcast journalism, host on both Good Morning Ghana on Metro TV and Eyewitness News on Citi Fm. Former Director of Research and Advocacy of Legal Resources Center, who did not study journalism, but you rub shoulders with seasoned broadcasters around the globe. You are a mentor to many young girls and an inspiration for many women in northern Ghana. The Executive Directors of CODGHA, as an expression of elevated esteem and in recognition of noted professional attainment, bestowed upon Madam Shamima Muslim this outstanding achievement award on the 5th of October 2011. I have to hand over to you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. It's a very beautiful frame, and I'm very, very touched. Thank you so much. I'm supposed to say
Thank you very much.
She'll give it very much.
Well, and so on this day, 5th October 2011, I want to say thank you very much to the Coalition for Development of Ghanaians, CODGHA, for recognizing my baby steps, because this is what I see my achievements so far, baby steps. And it is my prayer that I will continue on the path that God has chosen for me, and that my story would lead to the emergence of many, many more stories. And I also hope that CODGHA as an organization will grow from strength to strength on their chosen path as well, as they do the little they can in their corner to contribute to changing this country and changing the world that we live in. Thank you very much.
Because they wait to serve you, so they think that
For this one, I must say it's in recognition of Honorable Haruna Iddrisu's contribution to democracy and youth empowerment. So I have to read it. Distinguished politician, an honorable man who is noted for his unselfish and noble acts, a Minister of State for Communications, a Member of Parliament for Tamale South, former ranking member on Parliamentary Select Committee on Communications, a member of the Ghana Bar Association since 2002, former national youth organizer of the ruling National Democratic Congress, NDC party, and president of the National Union of Ghana Students, NUCS, from 1996 to 1997. As a student leader, you fought for the rights of Ghanaian students, sometimes at the peril of your life. Your tenure of office as a Minister of Communications has been marked by remarkable achievements, such as the registration of SIM cards and the mobile number portability, MNP. On the floor of Parliament, you have contributed enormously to discussions on issues of national concern, thereby contributing to the entrenchment of democracy and good governance in Ghana. You stand tall among your peers, and your life, you must say, is worthy of emulation by all and sundry. The executive directors of CODGHA, as an expression of elevated esteem and in recognition of noted professional attainment, bestow upon Honorable Haruna Iddrisu this outstanding achievement award on this day, 5th October 2011.
Be able to emphasize on the influence that your position can actually bring to bear on the larger developmental agenda of our country. And I'm sure the path chosen by your organization is intended for national cohesion. And I'm pretty sure I can stand on this platform to say that the minister is all for it. I'm actually trying to see if I can get him so that immediately we convey ourselves to his place for some pictures to actually be taken. So once again, thank you very much for the award being given.
I want to thank the Almighty God for making this occasion a successful one. Our appreciation also goes to the CEO of Citi Fm and the entire staff, especially Madam Shamima Muslim, for making this program a success. Also, we also want to thank the Honorable Minister Haruna Iddrisu for his support so far, and Mr. Hannan for representing him. We also want to thank everybody here and the fellows. Even though today is a working day, you all made it a point to be here with us. For this, we say thank you, and may Allah bless all of you.
Amen.
Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn out the light and lay there in the dark. If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? If my time on earth was through, she must face this world without me. Is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of.